Hey guys, I'm Dylan Marcinkowski. I'm in the Outdoor Adventure Leadership major here at USU, and I'm just going to be going through a short little tutorial about how I do my layering when I'm either traveling in the backcountry or just out on a cold winter day here in Utah. So to start, you're going to want to use a nice base layer. This should be either synthetic or wool. This here is synthetic, but I would prefer wool. A couple reasons for that. Wool, first of all, is very good at moisture wicking, so it's good at drawing moisture away from your body to keep you nice and dry. You really don't want to get wet while out there because that's just going to sap your body heat. Another good thing about wool is that it's naturally antimicrobial, so it tends to get less smelly than a synthetic base layer like this would. On top of my base layer, I like to use another just like mid-layer kind of thing. This is just a synthetic sweater. It also has some nice ventilation under the arms to also keep you nice and dry. So I'm going to throw this on over my base layer. This could also be wool, however I just have a synthetic one right here. And keep in mind that these layers are meant to work with each other. So each one does a slightly different thing, but as a whole they're going to keep you nice and insulated. On top of my mid layer, I like to do another warmth layer. So this would obviously depend on the temperature of the outdoors and what kind of conditions you're in, but usually you're going to choose either a down or a synthetic mid warmth layer. That's because down is super good at insulating. However, if it gets wet, it loses a lot of its insulating properties. Synthetic, on the other hand, is slightly better at keeping heat while it's wet. However, again, it doesn't pack down nearly as small. So I'm going to layer this warmth layer on top of my mid layer. Starting to get hot in here. That's how you know it's working. But I would be totally good to travel in the backcountry like this. However, if it happens to be raining or snowing like it is today, you're going to want to put on a nice hard shell or a soft shell if it's dry or snow. So right here I just have a Rab hard shell. This could be either Gore-Tex or some other alternative. And again, this is really to keep your body heat in and to protect you from any of the other elements such as rain or snow. It can also be good to think about having some nice pit zips here. So I'm actually able to open up this vent to dump some of my body heat if I don't feel like delayering everything. And then of course, you're also going to want to pair all these layers with a nice warm hat. Got a nice wool hat right here. Some ear flaps to keep your ears warm. You can tie it. And of course, a good pair of gloves to keep those digits nice and warm. So this is a layering system which I would typically do on a nice cold day. However, most days it's not going to be nearly that cold, so you're not going to need nearly this many layers. In that event, I would probably lose this synthetic layer and just rock the mid layer and the shell to protect me from the wind and snow and stuff like that. These are intended to be taken off and put on as needed. Again, you really don't want to get wet while you're doing whatever activity, whether it's ski touring or snowshoeing. Managing moisture is arguably the most important thing in that situation. So if it was snowing, I'd probably lose this one to regulate my body temperature and keep my shell on just for that little bit of extra protection from the elements. Oh. One thing with these arm vents is they do kind of get stuck sometimes, but there we go. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something of how to layer while you're in the backcountry. Have a good one.